family. What it do? It's your girl too. Now I am back, Jack. Hey, look, welcome to Breakfast and Bud. I'm over here crying because I forgot to hit the record button, and I always forget to do that shit and I get yelled at. So look, welcome to Breakfast and Bud, hottest thing smoking in the AM. Now look, we're about to have a topic, and ladies, I want y'all to be completely honest. Now, there are situations where we let our emotions get the best of us. We get petty as all hell. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real about it. Now, sometimes that pettiness, you know what I mean, can, you know what I mean, lead into the relationship that you might share with your BM or your BD. Now, over the weekend, we seen a situation with Roddy Ricch, and I want to talk about it, okay? Now, let's look at this. Now, I want to show you the first post, because right now, as we speak, I'm arguing with somebody in the comment section. And I just want to make sure that I'm just not wrong, but you got to hear me out now. Now, look, this was Shawty's first post that she put up, okay? When she first put up this post, Roddy Ricch had just made a post with his daughter. Excuse me. He had just made a post with his daughter, okay? And immediately after this post went up, okay? She damn, I keep going out to the wrong. She immediately put this. It's his Easter too. You must have forgot he was there. Now, we bringing this up, and I'm bringing this post up completely because this is one of the reasons why I'm arguing with Shawty in his comments. But you're gonna see my thing. So now, everybody, I don't know if you do know, but Roddy also has a son. You know what I'm saying? That is autistic. Okay, and when I read this post initially, you know what I'm saying, it made it seem like Shawty discluded him, like he wasn't nowhere to be found on Easter, and it was just, you know what I mean, him and his baby girl. Now, all right, Roddy finally had responded, and then I'm gonna open up these lines when we get here, okay? Now, Roddy responded, and he said this: I love these type of stories because it goes with real life shit, and people be acting like they don't, I don't know, like they perfect patties on this thing. But anyway, I'm gonna read it because you probably can't see shit because it's tiny. But Roddy said, this will be my first, last, and only time discussing this matter. Yes, I included my son in the photo shoot of my daughter's first Easter and first time in LA. No, my son did not want to take pictures due to overstimulation. Yes, my son is autistic. No, I do not love my son any less. Yes, I've been ridiculed and slandered through social media. No, I do not feel like I am obligated to explain myself to complete strangers. Yes, I threw my son a birthday party yesterday with my entire family present. No, I did not share the moment online because it was also the second time my kids were in the same setting. Yes, I provide for both of my kids. No, I do not give a fuck if you believe it. No, I do not complain about the responsibilities. Yes, I'm tired of the situation. Happy Easter. So that is what he said. Now, a lot of people was like, what the fuck? And still ragging on this nigga because she comes back, the baby mama, and she says, yes, your son was a part of the shoot that was never announced as Navy's first Easter. Let's start with that first sentence. Okay, let's start there. Yes, your son was a part of that shoot that was never announced as Navy's first Easter. You said it was because you wanted to take pictures with both of your kids for Easter. Yes, my son was overstimulated because you took 2 hours to get a haircut and your makeup done. Yes, there was pictures taken with my son, but because he wasn't standing there posing like a robot and instead of being himself, he wasn't included. Regardless, your son celebrated his 5th birthday and just got a text that said, happy birthday, son. Yes, he had a joint birthday party yesterday with his cousins. Yes, you showed up 4 hours late and stayed for an hour and didn't come by your son till it was time to leave and you wanted a picture. Yes, I've had my son every single day since last year, regardless of the court order. If you gonna tell the story, tell the whole thing. Now, this is what we talking about. I'm not a parent, but I follow people with kids with autism. And I know that sometimes crowds and things like that overstimulate them. But here's the thing. So this girl had a nerve to say to me, I hate that you missed over the part where she said she had her son every day. Bitch, she should have led with that part. Because her first initial response was, she discluded this baby. That's just what she said. I'm going off her words. The first thing that she said on this here post was, it's his Easter too. You must have forgot he was there. She posted that like that nigga was nowhere to be found. Like the baby was nowhere near the father. That's what she made it seem like. She also went back to make it seem like he wasn't acknowledged. And to me, I felt like that was a bait. That was a rage bait. She left it very minute so people could automatically attack this man. Now listen, yes, I had my son every single day since last year, regardless of the court order. If that was the most important part, then that's what you should have led with. Fuck we talking about him not being with his son for. Now, this is what we're going to talk about. See, we get into this situation as women sometimes, bro, where there do be a battle of the coochies. You know what I'm saying? To where you start looking at things weird. Now, let's look at it realistically, because a lot of people ain't going to talk out loud, and I will. That's probably why I'm going to be canceled soon. Debt series. But we got to look at it from a woman's point of view. A woman's point of view is this. It ain't even a fact that she probably wants him back. It's deeper than that. She gave him his first son, and he had autism. Let's start there. So now he has a daughter that doesn't share autism. Now, autism is not bad. I don't know why people sometimes think that being autistic is something terrible. I've seen some of the smartest kids in the world that's autistic. That means absolutely nothing. There's nothing wrong with them babies. You just got to learn their personalities. That's it. That's all. It's simple. Okay. But here's the thing. She's looking at it from a completely different standpoint, in my personal opinion. Regardless of the fact of having children is still going to love our kids, regardless of the fact we still have certain insecurities inside. All right. This post right here, to me, defined that. That's just my goddamn opinion, and that's my take. Now listen, is she right about, yes, I had my son every day? Yes, you fucking right. You right. You shouldn't have to battle alone. But that is not what you led with. You dig what I'm saying? Or whatever. And it's just like, I just want to know how y'all feel about this. Is she wrong about the way that she came across? I want to know. Tell me, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, my thing. I want to know. Because I'm arguing with a female right now, and I swear to God, shorty, I'm like, look, you making absolutely no sense to me. How did you miss everything else and skip to the bottom part where she said she's there every day? Everything that man said he did, she confirmed. I don't know what she thought it was 4 + 4. She thought she 8. You did? I don't get it. So listen, call me up right now. 678-235-4338. A lot of people say I talk fast. Mods, if you can help me and just pin a number right there in both places, Twitchy and YouTube. So I want to know, is she wrong? Because see, this type of shit, if I'm a woman and I'm confused, I can only understand how a man will feel. And that's some real nigga shit. She ain't my BM and I'm already ready to take her to court. Facts. You feel me?
All from.
What it do, family?
What it do, too?
What's up?
Nikki.
What's up, Nikki from Brooklyn?
How are you?
I'm doing good, boo.
How are you?
How was your Easter?
I'm was great. I had a wonderful day. How was yours?
It was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? Real lax. Nothing was open, you know. I wasn't buying no eggs, so fuck it. Shit, bro. I was like, fuck them eggs. I ain't dying shit this year.
Yeah.
Hey,
everything but eggs. But anyway, I think for her, what people don't get about when you are a parent,
mm-hmm.
you know, I'm a mom.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell you I'm a mama babe all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes fathers is acting. You understand?
You
so
said
when they do finally come around,
facts.
Acting, like not around.
Yes.
So when they do come around, it's like, okay, about time.
Facts.
But when you start posting your kid on social media and saying certain things and doing certain things like you haven't been doing it, then yeah, me as a mom, I got the right to say, well, all right, about time.
You do.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
I don't think it's nothing wrong with what the girl said. I don't think it matters what she should have, should not led with. I think for that, with the way she responded was based on what he wrote. And maybe she went in order that way. I don't feel like she should have led with certain things first. It don't matter. If you're there, you're there. If your parent doing your job, then nobody could check you on what you're not doing. You get what I'm saying? A lot of these men are not doing nothing.
True.
And then when they do one little thing, they want to go and post it on social media and get all this praise and recognition. No problem. But if you're supposed to have your kids certain parts through the year and you didn't do it and I ain't say nothing and I kept my kid and I did what I had to do, the hell with you coming on for one day.
Okay, now here's the question I had. Now the first, he never even posted nothing until he responded. The first thing he did was posted a picture that said "Happy Easter" from Navy, and it was him and his daughter. She came back, and reported and put a post up and said it's his Easter too. You must have forgot he was there. Now, to me, when you first read this, it makes it seem like he wasn't around his son for Easter. Now, I feel like it should matter what she led with, but here's the thing that I'm also putting in mind. If she is a mother, right, there is still another child. And I feel like if she had problems with Roddy not being there year round, don't wait till the baby's Easter to discuss it. Because he ain't been there all year.
Haven't discussed it before.
I'm just saying it could have.
You only talking about one kid and you got two. Me as a parent, I got a problem with that.
And I will understand that. And that's why when he wrote what he wrote and he came back, I read it earlier. You probably had jumped on. I'm going to post it up.
I saw it when
you saw. Yeah. So I mean, but I mean, you would think that, I mean, she pretty much confirmed the things that he said that he was doing, but I just did not understand why she would leave.
What he confirmed was that he was there that one day with the son. If you pay attention to what she said, I've had him all year, regardless of court orders and all, which is her way of saying you didn't even take him when you was ordered.
I understand that, but how do we get to that last line though, in missing some of the things that she just was blatantly lied about in the beginning parts?
Well, if he only did it that one time, maybe to you is a lie, or it seems like a lie, but apparently she said a lot in that statement. Because if you haven't been taking them when you were supposed to take them, then what the hell are you doing? Like, sometimes us as women, we get the bad raps because we have kids with people we necessarily shouldn't have had kids with, but okay, we did. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it's hard being a single mom. It's not easy. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy task. And a lot of times, all the responsibility falls on the mother. While the men sit around and do what they want to do and make more babies and go out and live their best lives. Like, I recently got in with my baby father because I'm like, our son is 13 years old. Come and take him. I got a 13 and 16-year-old. Come and take them for the weekend. Come something. Just spend more time with your kids. You know what I'm saying? But he can't do that. But he can run around with multiple bitches and all kind of other shit. You get what I'm saying? Where I don't understand why your kids ain't that important too.
Got you. Thank you so much.
Hell
yeah.
That's messed up.
Hell yeah.
It's messed up.
Thank you so much,
And
Nikki from Brooklyn.
That's mama.
I feel that shit. I hear that perspective too. Thank you, Pookie.
Alrighty.
I hear that perspective too. Here's the thing. I feel both perspectives. Because I also feel like sometimes as women, we're not selective on who we choose to be our baby fathers. Let's be real. Some of these people, some of these men are exactly who they were when you met them. Now, listen, I'm not saying that every woman is going to be wrong because sometimes men do wear masks. They pretend to be something that they later on are not. But however, I'm going to tell you that sometimes I don't feel like women are selective. You know what I'm saying? When they're choosing. Here's the thing, bro. It seemed like everybody's in a hurry for something. I don't know if like social media is just like speeding relationships along or what the fuck is going on. But I swear to God, it's like anytime you see Russell and Sierra, it's like you automatically settle. I don't know if social media played on it, but I mean, it works both ways. We too also got to be selective on who the fuck who we decide to procreate with. Now, I'm not saying that as an excuse. What I'm talking about is this particular situation. And in this particular situation, in my personal opinion, she made it seem like he wasn't present. Now, here's the thing. Yes, I included my son in the photo shoot of my daughter's first Easter and first time in LA. No, my son did not want to take pictures due to overstimulation. Yes, my son is autistic. No, I do not love my son any less. Now, here's the part. I'm just saying, to me, if you had an issue with your baby father, right? And from the way that she said it is that she had been doing more than ever, you know what I'm saying, since the beginning of the year. Why wait till he posts a picture of his other child before you talk about that? I just don't understand that shit. That just seemed like the complete wrong timing. The man didn't post shit. Now, he got his son on his story. Okay? All right? He also was in the comment section that I also read and I was looking for. He says, if people talk about my son, I'm a crash out. So I limit some of the things that I post about my son for personal reason. He says, I don't have to have my son on social media. I got my son in my phone where he belongs. Now, are we using social media as validation to how people feel about people? Because to me, this is where it boils down to. Because when she saw him with the daughter, she couldn't digest it. Now listen, I'm not saying shit is wrong with her feeling the way that she feels. Lord knows I talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I talk about it on Sister Sunday. I'm saying in this particular situation, did she handle it correctly? Now, call me up. 678-235-4338. The lines is open. Hit me up. I want to know. I want to know. You know what I'm saying? This shit here, to me, listen, underneath all of this handsomeness, I am a woman first, damn it, and I know how we can get. Nigga, we can get jealous, bro, and it could be certain shit that will rub us the wrong way, and we don't sometimes want to admit those type of securities. You feel what I'm saying? What it do, family?
What it do, too?
What's happening?
Hey, family.
What's up?
Hey, so I completely agree with you, too. I think that really on both sides, like,
yeah,
they can't be mad at each other about how each other chooses to parent, whether that be every day, whether that be a special occasion. If you want the father or the mother to be in the life, you definitely have to have some kind of agreement or at least some kind of understanding to why that parent would do whatever specific activity they're doing with that child.
Mm-hmm.
I think her intention going into the social media post is very questionable.
Facts.
Just because, like you said, because of how she started it. It's like, was it really because you felt some type of way about your son? Like, if that was the case, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all got each other's phone number. I feel like that could have been a very private conversation. Like, I think her bringing it to social media in general, like, completely negated whatever, like, point she was trying to prove, whether it was a good point or not.
Facts. I can understand. Yeah. I mean, it was just to me, I felt like she left it so bleak to where she kind of wanted him to be attacked. And when I first seen the post, when I read it, I'm like, damn, he ain't bring his son? Because of how she worded. I'm like, he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Because of how she said it. But it's like, all right, after and then it was like, when he responded, I could understand the situation a little bit more. Now, yes, I do know for a fact, like, you know what I'm saying? Like what the first caller said, like Nikki from Brooklyn said, I know for a fact women give 98% all of the time. And we don't have a time where we can really turn off the switch. It don't matter. We got to take care of these kids. And I feel like sometimes men do get a pass. But we're just talking about this particular situation, and I just felt like, damn, bro, like she could have worded that a lot better.
It's like, it's fair that, you know what I'm saying, it's fair that she's upset, and it's fair that he defended himself. Like, I feel like with how she approached it, she can't be mad that he came back on social media. It's like, you started it on social media, so how you gonna be mad at the reaction? But at the same time, it's like, do she want him to be in the son's life or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't nitpick and choose how he chooses to interact with his son on social media, not even just in general, like on social media, like because it's not on social media how he does his daughter. She got a problem with it. I think that's weird.
And this was the first picture of the daughter that was posted, I believe, too, as well. So it's just like, yeah. So it's just like, what the fuck? All right. Thank you so much for your insight, Bookie.
Thank you too. Bye,
no problem.
I love y'all.
Love you back. Now, that was the thing too. Now, see, here's the thing. Women, sometimes we say we want present fathers, right? Okay, now, we don't know the whole linguistics of the year because she just said something. I hadn't heard him being a deadbeat until now. Okay, so he could be a deadbeat. He could very much be a deadbeat. The thing that I'm saying though is, do you want your baby daddy to be physically present, or do you want him to be present on social media so your friends can say, or you got validation for it? That's what I want to know.
Call from.
What it do, family?
Sorry to call right back. This is Nikki again too. But
what's up?
What I think the mother felt the way about is you never post your son. Even if you didn't post a picture of your son, you didn't say to my kids, meaning plural, meaning you got more than one. You shouted out one specific kid over the other. You get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but this was the first post. He never posted none of them. I mean, the Easter pig was there.
Even if you did that, you should have said, even if it was just a picture of him and his daughter, he could have easily said, "Happy Easter to my kids."
Okay, so let me
at the end.
So let me ask you a question though. The question that I have though, does the picture matter more than the presence?
No, what I think matters more is the acknowledgement of them both. Because when you're looking at it, you see that you would not know he had two kids. So as a parent, I'm saying, why is there favoritism for one more than the other? So
you're doing that even if there's a possibility of him posting his son that it can be an attack on his autistic son. Because listen, I follow. That is the reason why he said he does not. Now the reason why I'm asking this question, Nick, is because I follow Queen Naja, right? And I see post after post of them tearing Legend's ass down. And so my question is, I would probably understand it a little bit more if his son didn't have autistic, but he never posted none of his kids. And he said the reason why he don't.
It don't matter if he's autistic or not. That's still your baby. That's like Chris Sales. You hear him, Queen and CJ 24/7, Queen and CJ 24/7. Where's the other three kids and their moms? You don't never hear him talk about that. But when the baby mother come online, one of his baby mothers come online and be like, you don't acknowledge them and go off, then she's the bitty baby mom. I think the only thing the girl was saying, maybe she went about it wrong, or maybe she worried it. But I don't think she was saying is acknowledge our kid too, not just one.
Gotcha. All righty. Thank you so much, Bo. I definitely can understand her perspective. But here's the thing. This is what I just feel like sometimes gets lost in the sauce. I think social media allows too much validation. I do understand what she said. Now, he says he has reluctance in posting his son because people on this here internet can be evil. Listen, let me tell you something. Let me just show you a reason why. And sometimes I understand why celebrities don't post anything. Because if you go down in these comments, some of the things that they're saying about this baby is outrageous. I'm just trying to see who the BM is, because this baby is not cute at all. This baby look like a potato. Blasey blah, this and this and this and that. See, this is where it gets a little iffy when it comes down to kids. Now, granted, maybe he should have post Happy Easter from Navy, but I see why it was her in the picture. I don't know. That's why this is a great conversation. Let's get into it.
Call from.
What it do, family? Hey, Pooh.
Okay, now I want to chime in.
Let's chime in.
So, ask me the question.
Sometimes you need that booster, don't you? Now listen, so all right, you seen it. So Roddy Ricch, all right, he has 2 children. All right. Yesterday was Easter. He posted a picture of him and his daughter. Okay. So his baby mother came on the thing and was like, it's his Easter too. So when she posted it, it left it open so vague to where like you're thinking like, damn, was he there and he just didn't post a kid, or you know what I'm saying, or was he not around? Like it was so vague. So then he comes back and he explains, like, you know, yes, my son was at the Easter shoot. Yes, it was my daughter's first Easter as well. And the first time, I guess, the son and the daughter had met, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, yes, my son got overstimulated and couldn't really pose for the pictures and blah, blah, this and this and this and that and blah, blah. Now, he also said, listen, I don't post my son a lot because, you know what I mean, when I put him on my story, people could tell that he had autism and it was a lot of negative flack. So this was the first time, I guess, both kids was being featured. But she came back and she said what she said. And I'm just saying that I felt like if she felt like he wasn't a present father and he hasn't been a present father all year, why wait till Easter Sunday to address that when it's also another baby's Easter as well? If you had an issue with it, you would think that you would have straight legit, you know what I'm saying, Ben said something about the shit and don't wait the Easter to it. But I felt like she just made it seem like the man wasn't even around her son when he was in fact there. So what is your take on it? Was she wrong or right for how she posted?
I'm kind of borderline with it.
Okay.
I'm kind of borderline with it because, like you said, it's very vague.
Yeah.
That's how she posted it. However, on the turn, it's Easter Sunday. Everybody and their mama. I didn't do it this year, but I normally do. Everybody and their mama posting their family, the kids.
Facts.
Roddy, why you ain't post both babies? But that's between them. So I do feel like I feel her, but why you posted it on social media? Why she ain't call his phone and say, hey, why both of them ain't in the picture? Maybe that would have made him go back and, you know what I mean, edit the picture or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I understand it like she had to put on there, oh, it's his Easter too or something.
Yeah, that's what she did.
Like,
she did. She
okay.
said it's his. She said it's his Easter too. You must forgot he was there. Now, so what I'm thinking.
That's the part I remember.
Okay.
So you must forgot he was there. So that made me under the impression, okay, we knew he was there, but why was he not in the picture? Roddy, he gotta say, I love Roddy. That's my nigga. He gotta say.
No, I get it. I get what you're saying too, because I mean that. Yeah, no, I can see that perspective too. I could definitely see that. Because he was there. Yeah.
He most definitely should have been in that picture. And then, but I have a son that's on the spectrum. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just posted my baby on it. Like, it don't matter. That's my son. I don't really care what nobody say.
Fact.
And if you look, like, just this morning, I woke up, scrolled Facebook, I saw some, like, developmentally delayed people. That's the first thing I shared this morning. So you actually gonna get more, I ain't gonna say sympathy, but more people gonna have a heart for that than you think.
Fact.
So I think he just kind of saying that as an excuse at this point. It's a definite L. He should have posted the baby, period.
Gotcha.
If he was going to post one and you got both of them, I got 6 kids. Mm-hmm. If I would have posted one child yesterday, I would have been looking crazy.
Understood. Overstood. I can get that part. I could definitely see that part. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. Yeah, that's a good point too. I mean, and it was like now when I'm reading this part when he was like, you forgot he was there too. I mean, yeah, you would have thought that. Yeah, I can kind of understand that perspective as well too. I can get that. I can get both. I do. I can definitely get both.
And then the thing is, here's the thing: we so quick to hop on social media. Mm-hmm. But any little thing, I literally see people on there asking for babysitters on. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, we go on social media for any goddamn thing, and it makes no sense. Mm-hmm. She should have definitely called his phone, texted his phone. And what I wanted to say was, when we trying to figure out choosing partners, no, everybody got one problem. That problem is everybody into, and I don't even know how to explain it too. But
try it. Just try it.
That sexual deviant spirit. Everybody's bound by that shit.
Yeah.
And until we as a people admit it, I can admit it. I got 6 kids, 6 different baby daddies. I was bound by that spirit. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's the issue. If we can help our children behind us see what's going on, that's the issue, baby.
Facts. Well point. I love that. Thank you so much for calling in, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too. I love these conversations because these would be good conversation. Oh, damn, D. As soon as you came on, hold on one y'all second. Before you call back, The phone line's getting hot. Let me take it or whatever like this. I do understand both perspectives. I really do. Hold on, y'all. I'm not gonna be able to answer because I'm rebooting. I'm not gonna be able to answer because I'm rebooting. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Nah, the thing that's here's my thing on it. I definitely could see you. I wish we don't know a lot of the context, because some of the context is like is like, has they discussed the picture thing? You know what I'm saying? It's so much context that I feel like is missing. But yeah, I'm booting it up right now, y'all. Give me 2 seconds and we should be good to go. Them bitches started going crazy. Alright, you should be good now. No, hold on. No, that's not. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. These bitches start going crazy. Ooh, yeah, because I want to hear. All right, let's get it. What she said, I love, you know what, it was so dope because I love what the last caller just said too, like how we're bound by a certain spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I really feel like that. But I also feel like we don't be selective. I don't feel like we be selective enough. I don't even feel like we be selective even when it comes to certain friends we have. I feel like we meet a person, right? Soon as we meet a person, if the chemistry feel good, we automatically introduce this new person that we just met to all types of traumas. We do. On the first date, when we meeting a man, we talking about all of the shit that the last man did wrong. We telling this nigga all about our hurts. We're doing all of this shit. We giving them so much information right away. I feel like that's the problem. That's the problem. We don't know who niggas is because we don't get a chance to really know them. It's like, it ain't no courting. It ain't no dating no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going old school with the courting. It's just like everybody's in a rush to hurry up to do fucking what. Now all of a sudden you giving the keys to a nigga who you barely know, and then you trying to understand why the fuck he looking at your daughter. It's because there's certain times that I feel like as women we do get bamboozled by the wrong shit. We see one nigga, he shows one type of little thing. We love that he got on these motherfuckers such and such. And we get dumb sometimes, my nigga, without doing the homework. Research every fucking thing else. I guarantee you, before you buy some bundles, you trying to see where hair it was, where it came from, if that shit gonna make you itch. You know what I'm saying? If it's gonna look right with your skin color. Nigga, we do so much motherfucking research when it comes down to other things except for the motherfuckers who we bring around us. Say I'm lying, argue with your mama. We don't do it. You know what I'm saying? You meet one girlfriend on Thirsty Thursday and y'all have a good motherfucking time. You swear to God that's your bestie. But you don't know this bitch at all. But then 3 months later, she done fucked your man and you trying to get it. Well, maybe instead of being that Thirsty Thursday, you should have been talking to this bitch to see what the fuck she was about. I'm not doing that no more. I never really took the chance to do my due diligence when it come to on nobody. Now, nigga, I'm treating your ass like a job. You need 90 days before benefits even. Before you get the packet. Before you get the packet. Nigga, 90 days before that, nigga, you out the door. We treat our jobs better than we treat ourselves. What the fuck is you saying? We sit at the table and we'll tell a nigga that we just met all of the shit that done hurt us in our life. Oh, my daddy used to touch me. My uncle wasn't shit. My last baby daddy used to beat me. Let me ask you something. What the fuck you telling this new nigga that shit for? What you telling this new nigga that shit for? Huh? Nigga, you just met the nigga. You shouldn't even be telling him that shit until year 2, bro. You ain't get my trauma right away. You feel me? And sometimes I feel like that's what's happening. I'm not saying this is a particular situation, but I'm just saying at the same time, bro, you got to start being selective. I know that if I'm toot and I meet me a LeBron James type of nigga, I know LeBron James probably gonna be a certain type of nigga. Now I gotta make up my mind if that's something I'm even willing to deal with. We gotta start also thinking before the curve, bro. But then we end up having a kid by that nigga. Argue with me. Let's get it. Call me right now. What it do, family?
What's going on, dude?
What's up, Bookie?
Good morning, everybody. There's some in the chat that recognize the voice. I love y'all. I miss y'all, but we here. Okay, so, Toot, I'm listening to you. I respect everything you say on all your chats. You go real deep, and I respect that, and I love you for that. So everything that you're saying about the relationships, that's understood, needs no explanation. As far as this situation right here is concerned, the first thing that people need to understand is how you feel, none of my business. I can't do anything about that.
Facts.
So how my baby father feel, it's not my business. I can't do nothing about that.
Facts.
How I feel, it's not his. Bringing it to social media is childish, it's immature, and you're seeking attention from all the wrong people. You're seeking attention from people who don't know everything.
Facts.
The fact that you're bringing it to social media already, like I've already stated, speaks childish, right? There are plenty of childish people on social media. So why would you take it there? They weren't in the bedroom. They weren't on the floor, in the recliner, in the back seat, wherever. They weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
So why would you take it there? Because you're seeking attention. You're seeking validation for how you feel. And it's childish. No wonder things like this happen. Because people don't grow up before they start. It's babies having babies. Let's put it that way. No matter what the age is, right? Childish has no age limit. It should, but it doesn't. And that's why we live in the life that we live, in the society that we live. That's why our communities are so dysfunctional. Because people are so busy trying to seek clout instead of trying to seek maturity.
Mm-hmm.
That's why this is happening. All on social media. How that girl how that man feels about his children, she can't dictate that. Yet she tries.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem.
Well,
that man is entitled to share his children the way he wants to. So let's ask this question. How would she feel if he never posted any of his children? Would she have an issue then?
and I don't think she did because, I mean, until the picture yesterday, that was the first time the baby was ever posted on his. I mean, he only have like 4 pictures on his page. And the Easter picture yesterday made his page with his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, the son was not on the page. He said that the son was at the shoot. And even the lady said, you know, you got, you know what I'm saying? My son don't have to, he don't have to be a robot to pose for pictures. You know what I'm saying? She basically was saying that the baby was overstimulated as well. But I guess what the people were saying, calling in, is like, even if he didn't get any good pics, just post something, you know what I'm saying, and include him as well. And it looks like he posted the pictures with him and the baby girl because it is to her first Easter as well. So it's just like, that's why this is a great conversation, because I want to think pieces from both sides. I can't wait till a man call.
And that's why I'm saying, and I'm not villainizing her. I said in the first place, how she feels is not his business.
Facts.
That means it's hers, right? People are saying in the chat, why is she being villainized? Well, Sean B, I'm not villainizing her, right? That's me. Sean B is not villainizing her. She's entitled to feel how she'd like to feel. She's entitled to post how she'd like to post. But don't villainize him for posting the way he wants to post.
Facts. Understood.
Social media is not for everybody. Just because you can does not mean you should.
Hey.
Children become victims because of social media.
Facts. Facts.
Let's acknowledge that, people. Yes, this is a social media era. It's also a pedo era. You understand me? It's also stalking era. You feel me? Everything don't belong on social media. But the bottom line is, and I'm going to get up off of here because we all love you. The bottom line is, let him do it the way he want to. You screwed him the way you wanted to. So let it be.
All right. Thank you so much.
Leave that man alone. Leave that man alone.
Thank you so much, boo. Interesting too. Interesting perspective. I love this conversation because social media do leave it to different interpretations.
Call from.
What it do, family?
What's up, Sue? It's DC. Hey, Chad.
Hey, DC.
I just want to say this real quick.
Okay.
I'm so tired of attention-seeking people. Like, these are fucking kids we're talking about. She wants to put all her business on social media and then get mad at the response that he put. She's entitled to feel how she feels, facts. And so is dad. Dad has the right to do the same things moms does. If dad feels that it is best to not put the baby in front of the camera, knowing he's overstimulated, sit your $5 ass down and shut the fuck up. And that's just simple and plain. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of everybody going to social media and they want to put all these things. Oh, I'm the victim. Oh, look at me. Oh, woe me. Fuck that. Have a goddamn seat. Like, I'm over this shit. And then they wonder why the kids is doing the same shit. If you show maturity, then the kids will have maturity. I'm just tired of it. And the last caller, she made some valid points. I agree with her. But at this day and age, I'm just sick of all this shit. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later.
She said, fuck Roddy, fuck LeBron, fuck Savannah. I'm sick of all this shit. Taylor Lee, we ain't never gonna make it in life. We ain't never gonna make it in life. Cause why the fuck I look up and the first thing I see is so stupid at. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. We gonna fail. Now look, check this out. I do want to include this think piece. Because the more that I hear people talk, like Nikki from Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, made it a valid point. You could do both. Post both. I get that part. Here's the thing. This is the part that I wish we had a little bit more context on. Because this is the part I don't think she understands. Now, a lot of people ask me sometimes, too. Man, you heard what that motherfucker said about you. Why you won't say shit? Certain things, when you become a social media influencer, you learn that just ain't worth it. To me, if I clap back at a nigga, let me tell you something. My DMs would never stop. It's sometimes the things that you do not want to ingest. Now, listen. Roddy said at a point, he posted his son on his story. He got a lot of negative feedback that he was not comfortable with. Hence why he had never posted neither one of his kids. Now, the thing that I want to just point out is that there will be a vast difference with him posting his child versus her. We don't even know you, the baby mama. So if we see the son, you're not going to get the type of headlights that he would get, because a lot of people didn't even know that was Roddy's son as well as his daughter. You feel me? With him, he's going to get a different demographic of fan base. So it's certain things that I kind of understand on why he might have made a decision. But I do get the callers is no excuse. If that's the case, if you feel a certain type of way about one child. But see, here's the thing. He didn't want his son's autism to be attacked. Not his son. He just didn't want that part of it. So this is, I don't know. This is a really, this ended up getting deeper than I thought. But hit me up, 678-235-4338. I think that everybody who called had made very great points, and I can see everybody's perspectives. That's why I just love this shit, because it's like when you first would read it, you would think that it was a rage bait. You know what I'm saying? What it do, family? What it do, family?
Ain't nothing to what's going on.
Ain't nothing what's going on with you.
I'm all right. This is Danneelaw from Baltimore.
What's up, Baltimore?
Anywho.
What it do?
Anyway, okay. I understand about Roddy not posting his son, okay?
Okay.
Because I have twin nieces and nephews, okay? Now, my nephew has autism,
okay,
and my niece does not,
okay?
Okay? But my niece loves the camera. They put her in modeling and all this different types of stuff, right? And they post her all on social media, okay? But the first time that we posted Alan on the internet, everybody came for his jugular.
We seen it with we see it with the Carter's kids. We see it with Rumi now.
Right. Everybody came from his jugular. I mean, and we is nobody compared to Roddy Ricch. Nobody at all. So if I know that everybody came for my nephew jugular, of course I was clapping back. I was doing all of that. But for him not posting his son, I get it. I get it firsthand. Now, the baby mama, I'm going to need for her to have several seats at the stadium, okay? Because of the simple fact is, you know somebody will say something about your motherfucking son. I wouldn't post my child either. I wouldn't. But for her to come on social media and pop her shit, if I was Roddy Ricch, I would have came after her jugular. But I get it. But this bitch need to sit the fuck down at the M&T Stadium. I promise you that. Because if she want to post her son, okay, cool. That's fine. But for him to do it, I get it. My niece loves pictures. My nephew does not. And if he did love pictures, I damn sure wouldn't post him on the internet, because the first thing they're going to say is, oh, my Lord, what's wrong with him? Oh, he has Down syndrome. Oh, what's wrong with him? I mean, yeah, because he's drool and all this other extra stuff, and he don't like a lot of fucking people. At all, he don't. Because when he go out, he got to have earmuffs on or whatever the case may be, because he don't like a lot of noise. He don't like people. I mean, if he don't know you, if he don't know you from a bag of paint or whatever, a can of paint, he is going to show his ass. That's why they don't take him at restaurants and things of that nature, because he definitely can show his ass. In public, not in public, it doesn't make a difference. And if I was Roddy Ricch, I wouldn't post my son either. For them, because then everybody, when he starts clapping back at motherfuckers, they be like, oh my God, Roddy Ricch this, that, and the third. He can't, because he has an image to protect. If he starts clapping back and somebody say something about his motherfucking son, everybody in their grandfather, they're going to be like, oh my God, they're going to be on the stage room, let's cancel Roddy Ricch. Let's cancel Roddy Ricch. He coming for people who coming for da-da-da-da-da. Well, fuck that shit. Because if it was my son and I know motherfuckers would say something about him, I'm going full throttle. Fuck all that bullshit. I don't care if it's an image to protect. I don't give a fuck if they be like, all right, you can't say nothing else because we're going to let you out your contract. Fuck the contract. Fuck everybody else. This motherfucker talked about my damn child. And I ain't going to let, because my son didn't ask to be here. My son didn't ask to have autism, okay? For me as a parent, you need to protect your child at any means necessary. None. I mean none. But motherfuckers get that fucked up. Like they don't want to, oh God, this was the second and third. I don't like people like that. And his baby mother, I guarantee you, everybody in the family, your grandmama, all this other extra shit, they probably told her ass, sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down. Because you're doing way too much for my likings.
Thank you.
And that shit was uncalled for at all.
Facts.
Uncalled for.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now, for the people that might just join, I'm going to run you a little synopsis of what we're talking about. I know a lot of people might be lost. Now, yesterday on Easter Sunday, Roddy Ricch, for the first time, because I want to make sure that I give you all little parts of the thing. Now, he hasn't posted his kids, or he barely posts anything. Shit, you barely know the nigga still living. Like, swear to God. But he posted his daughter, and it said, Happy Easter from Navy. Now, this is his daughter's first Easter, okay? Now, these pictures went up. Now, let me go ahead and pull this up. These pictures went up, and this is what he posted. He put Roddy Ricch, you know what I'm saying, Happy Easter from Navy. And it was these pictures. Now, from that, his baby mama, you know what I'm saying, came on and was like, it's his Easter too. You must have forgot he was there. Now, since I'm reading, now see, yesterday, this was all that was there. Okay. Now today she has responded back to his response, and it looks like even in this video, The son is at the photo shoot, because when I'm looking at the outfits, okay, look, he looked like he's at the photo shoot, but you look like you could tell right here that the son is probably overstimulated. You could see little moments with him right here. Now, from that, you know what I'm saying? The girl said, it's his Easter too. You must have forgot he was there. Now, people are talking about this particular thing because he then said this. This will be my first and last only time discussing this matter. Yes, I included my son in a photo shoot of my daughter's first Easter and first time in LA. No, my son did not want to take pictures due to overstimulation. Yes, my son is autistic. No, I do not love my son any less. Yes, I've been ridiculed and slandered through social media. No, I don't feel like I'm obligated to explain myself to complete strangers. Yes, I threw my son a birthday party yesterday with my entire family present. No, I did not share the moment online because it was also the second time my kids were in the same setting. Yes, I provide for both of my kids. No, I do not give a fuck if you believe it. No, I do not complain about my responsibilities. Yes, I am tired of the situation. Happy Easter, Roddy Ricch. Okay. Now, the baby mama then came back and she says, yes, your son was a part of a shoot that was never announced as Navy's first Easter. Okay. You said it was because you wanted to take pictures with both of your kids for Easter. Yes, my son was overstimulated because you took 2 hours to get a haircut and your makeup done. Okay. I feel like she was being petty and talking right there. I feel like she was being petty. Now, listen, if we're going to be women, let's look at the whole thing. Let's look at it, because there are ways to say shit. Now, you can tell, but she says, yes, there was pictures taken with my son, but because he wasn't standing there posing like a robot and instead being himself, he wasn't included. Now, I have done photo shoots. If you're moving, it's going to look weird. You feel me? Now, look. Could he have posted a video? Yes, if that would have made people, strangers, feel better. So then she said, regardless, your son celebrated his 5th birthday and just got a text that said, happy birthday, son. Now, when you read that first line, you would be like, what the fuck? Then she said, yes, he had a joint birthday party yesterday with his cousin. So it seems like to me when I'm reading it, she wants people to know that the son that they share, she's included with it. Because how do you say, regardless, your son celebrated his 5th birthday and just got a text that said, happy birthday, son. Yes, he had a joint birthday party yesterday with his cousin. Yes, you showed up 4 hours late and stayed for an hour and didn't come by your son till it was time to leave and you wanted a picture. Yes, I've had my son every single day since last year, regardless of our court order. If you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. My things was this. Baby girl, if you feel like since January 1st, because you said you have been having your son every single day since last year, regardless of a court order, let's start there, boo. See, this is my only thing that I'm saying, y'all. I feel like it's certain shit that's put on social media for rage bait. You first came on a post and you made it kind of seem very vague. You're making it seem like the man is not active. See, here's the thing. Now, from the end, he ain't active. Now, we can give her that. She said, yes, I had my son every single day since last year, regardless of a court order. Okay, let's start there, boo. If you have a court order in place, and this nigga's supposed to be getting your son, then you should be going back down to the courthouse. Period. Stop overcompensating for this nigga's job and then complain about it later. See, this is what's pissing me off sometimes, bro. It's like, shawty, are you mad or are you not? Because, see, it's already in the courts. If you feel like this nigga's not upholding his end, then go back to the court. What the fuck does public opinion do? Nothing. It seems like to me that she wants validation on social media. She don't care about what the fuck is going on behind the scenes. Now this man says, look, I don't share pictures of my son. I put a picture of my son on my story. I got negative feedback from it. I don't want him to be on the internet like that because people are cruel. Now, let's take it a step further. We've seen how people react to the Carter's children. Let's talk about it. We see how the people react to the Carter's children. It's the same thing. We see Blue every 5 minutes, but we don't see the twins. Is it because Beyonce and Jay-Z don't like the twins? No. It's probably because they know how fucked up people are on social media, and their child gotta what? Grow up one day and be able to read a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I understand why they shelter them. We seen Rumi, but we don't be seeing Sir like that. You dig what I'm saying? Because Sir has the same issue that Roddy Ricch's sons got, to where he gets overly stimulated. So that's why at the Super Bowl we seen her, but we didn't see them. And as you can see, the narrative is still, oh, they don't care about nobody else. See, I don't understand that type of shit. Why is it wrong that him as a father don't want to post his artistic son because he know how cruel niggas is? I follow Queen too. Legend is smart as fuck, dog. He probably smarter than me and you. But I also seen the cruel side of that shit. There is a whole YouTube page and a whole fucking TikTok and Instagram page just talking about Legend, bro. And he's a child. So I can understand that. People talking about just turn the comments off. I understand that shit too. It still don't stop a nigga from being in your DMs. Do y'all understand how these DMs is? It still don't stop niggas with a narrative sometimes. So it's like, I get both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? But to be fair too, I've seen some nasty comments about his daughter before. And listen, Keambre, here's the thing. Let's go to his page. And I'm happy you said that. Because if you go to Roddy Ricch's page, bro, let's go to it. And I see why, if I'm him at this point, I'm not posting no kids, because the shit that I seen of his baby, of his baby girl was so cruel. Like, I was like, I can't believe that these people's talking about a baby like this. The nigga has 3 pictures on his shit. The nigga got 3 pictures on his motherfucking, on his thing, right? If you look at the shade room comments, it is a shame. Or a screenshot and screen recording to post on these whack ass. Yeah, man, I just want to know what people take is. So listen, the lines is back up. I just wanted to run my mouth. I'm finished now. Hit me up. 678-235-4338. You know what I'm saying? We're talking this Roddy Ricch. We're really just talking about baby mama, baby daddy debacles. Shit. Because this is real life. This shit happens in real life. Did she overreact, or the way that she reacted, is it valid? That's what we're talking about. The phone lines is open, 678-235-4338. This is an interesting ass conversation because I'm understanding both perspectives. I really, really am.
Call from.
This is real life.
What I know?
It's an interesting ass conversation because I'm understanding both perspectives.
Mute me out in the back.
Hello?
Mute me out in the back. What up, though?
What up, so true?
What's happening?
Hold on. I was calling in.
Okay, what's up? Tell me how you feel.
Okay. I'm a grandparent of autistic twins. One is normal, the other one is, I'm not going to say normal. The other one doesn't have autism. I think her point is, I think she feels bad because he posted her, and she feels that, you know, she doesn't have autism and he's ashamed of.
And that's exactly what I think it is. That's exactly what I think it is. I think she's confusing him might be sheltering his son as him being ashamed of his son. I can see that point of view. And if that's the case, then say that shit. You feel me? Like, that serious. Like, you know, I just feel like we could be a little bit direct, but I do feel like that is really the case. I feel like that's the case.
Because sometimes, the only reason I'm saying that because I know my kids, you know, mother, she always posts the little girl, but she don't so much post the little boy, but I can understand why. But if that's the case, just put, like you said, put a picture of him up, you know, You got to just catch them whenever you can catch them because they're not being focused or anything like that. Just put another little picture up. And then, you know, put a picture. And then, but her whole thing is, it's not so much of that. It's the jealousy within herself. How she feels that he's ashamed of him and didn't want to post her. But here, her, you know, her baby has the issue, but the next woman's baby doesn't. And you putting that baby up there, but you could have put our baby up there.
Yeah. You know, I got a question before I let you go. All right.
Okay.
The question that I have is, do you feel like, damn, I lost my train of thought, and it was a good question too. And I wanted to ask you first because I love I love what you were saying. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Do you think that she's looking more for validation from the internet or validation from him completely?
I don't even think it's for him. It's for her own benefit.
Gotcha.
She wants people to say, "Oh, well, why he didn't post your son, but he could post his new baby." You know.
Yeah.
It's all about her. It's not even so much about him. She's in her own feelings because, you know, their child has issues, but then he can post another woman's baby and not include their baby.
Got you. This was the question I just came to me. So let me ask you something. Being that the other son is autistic, right? And he does have another baby. Should the other baby suffer due to his other kid's autism? Now listen, the reason why I'm asking that, because this is her first Easter. Should should he not post her first Easter because of him and his son not able to capture a great picture?
No.
Okay. Thank you so much for calling, sis.
All right, see you Friday.
See you Friday, boo. Hey, we in there bit. Hit me up 678-235. That's the question that I want to add on. We also know that this is baby girl's first Easter. So his son and him was not able to capture a great pic, but him and the daughter was able to capture a great pic. Should the daughter suffer because of things not going correct with the son? I want to know that as well. Hit me up because it's her first Easter too. I want to know.
Call from.
What it do, family?
Hello?
Hello?
Can
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up, family?
I finally made it. What?
You made it. You up in it, bit. What going on?
Okay. Agree with the last caller. I feel like she posted it for both validation from him and from the public. Because, you know, now people think that when they bring it to the internet, that's going to, you know, get some action from the other party or whatever. Like, that's going to give them a response that they're looking for. But I also feel like, is nobody else seeing favoritism? Like, with the examples that she's given, like she said, the daughter got a party for her birthday or something, and the daughter got a photo shoot, and then all her child got was a text for his birthday or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you look at it, because I've been in this situation, so I can see the favoritism that she's probably feeling, because my baby daddy, he had kids before I got with him. He posts them, but he never posted my daughter. Now, come to find out, he didn't post her because he was, you know, creeping on the low and a bunch of, like, he wasn't claiming her, basically. That was my situation. So I feel like, and my daughter is also autistic, but this happened before she got diagnosed. But even after him knowing that she's diagnosed and stuff, he still did not post her, or he actually stopped being active because of that. But I just feel like he feels like he doesn't get like responses and stuff. Like, he will hold her, and because she doesn't say dada or give him any type of response back, he kind of like pushed her away, basically. But yeah, I feel like I can see both sides. I don't think she should have brought it to the internet, but I can see how she can feel that he's showing favoritism with the daughter over her son.
I could see that. So do you think that men handle? I mean, do you think this is just a situation where they both are probably sensitive about their autistic son, and they're just probably just finding ways on how to deal with it on their own accord without mutual conversation? You feel what I'm saying? Like, it seems to me that they're not on the same accord when it comes down to, I guess, what they're gonna do in terms of their son. It seems like they're not talking together because they on the goddamn internet.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Well, thank you so much for calling, Pooh.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too. What it do, family? How you doing, family?
How are you?
I'm doing pretty dandy, and yourself?
Good too.
How you doing?
Well, on the rich situation with DM. My thing is, I feel like this. Now, me personally, I'm a mother. Mm-hmm. I'm a parent. Mm-hmm. Nobody don't want their child to be on social media. You know, and for them to see a picture, like the previous caller was saying, you have stalkers, you have kidnappers, you have pedophiles looking at them pictures. You know what I'm saying? And scoping them kids out. They picking their next victim, put it like that. Mm-hmm. You know, so I understand where he's coming from, but saying it on Easter, that's not cool. You know, she should have waited.
Now, I'm gonna ask you one question, because I know somebody gonna be in the comments and say, well, listen, if the problem is you're being scared that there's pedophiles and stuff like that, then don't post the daughter neither. What do you say about that?
Exactly. And also, you gotta understand too, she wants the clout. Mm-hmm. You gotta think about she's the baby mama. Mm-hmm. You know, he don't say too much about her at all. Me personally, watching his interviews, the young man speaks very highly of what he does for a living and his family and what he do. Rich Rich is gonna always be 1,000% of what he says, and he's being careful about what he says in the interview.
Fact.
You know, because he's gonna go down his throat. You know, I've been growing up watching and listening to his music all my life since he came out. You know, and he's real 100% of what he says in his music. You know, so with DM coming out with this on Easter, that wasn't cool. She should have waited until everything died out, then come back here with it. You know, and don't bring it on social media, dog. Call him on the phone. You know,
fact.
if you got a problem with that, call him on the phone.
Thank you so much, Buddha. Yeah, because that makes sense. I'm just saying. I mean, it just seems like they're not really communicating well when it comes down to the son or something.
Exactly, right. And I understand what he's saying too about autism, because you know you got a lot of celebrities that have autistic kids.
Yeah, man.
You know, and I was just watching it on YouTube the other day how the mother of that played Martin, I didn't know she had an autistic kid. You know, until I was watching her, and she was breaking everything down about how she does with him when she's out there in the open public area. You know, so and it is a lot of celebrities who have autistic kids, and they break everything down how they do it. They get them motivated, keep them active for one. You know, so that's why they take them out places. You got to control your autistic kid. There's ways you can control them in public. You ain't got to keep them behind closed doors. Bring them out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes they don't want to be out. That's the thing. Exactly. Sometimes they feel more safety when they're in surroundings or whatever that they're comfortable with. And sometimes outside is so big to where it's intimidating to them. So yeah, totally.
And I'm gonna keep it 100 with myself too in the chat. You know, I'm bipolar with ADHD.
Okay.
And I was in special ed program class where I used to go on these field trips with autistic kids. And, you know, some teachers that have them on the leash, you know, when they would be out going field trips, Brookville Zoo, any area itself. And, yes, it's hard to control them if you know how to control them right. You know, there's certain ways. Like, if I would have had an autistic kid, I wouldn't know exactly how to control my child in public. You know, I don't want my child to be indoors. I want he or she to have fun. You know, with the family, you know what I'm saying? You know, they need to experience that when they get older.
Yeah.
There's ways you can do that.
You know what? And I just think it's different though. It's gonna be different from me and you to Roddy Ricch though. You know, Roddy gonna have a completely different lens on him than us with our artistic children. Beyonce, a different lens. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, thank you so much for calling, sir.
All right, love. All right, too.
See you later, boo. All right, now.
For sure.
Yeah. Now look, here's the thing. I just seen something that one of his family member posted, and I want to know what y'all feel about this, because I feel like this is very important. Now I guess a family member of Roddy Ricch. Come on now, I know you're not doing this. How old is he? They said few, so I'm guessing it might be the nephew or somebody who think of him as few. He said, come on now, how old is few? You done known on numerous Easters that he does not do good with photo shoots. We attempted this one with his first photo shoot, and it did not do well. We've had many Easters after this, and now since there's another kid in the equation, and he wanted to be able to do the same things that he attempted with his son, with his daughter, now it's an issue. Now, y'all explain that, because I want to know. Because every time that I was looking in his comments, a lot of people were saying that he didn't want to post the little boy. Now there's a family member saying, hey, how old is your son? We've tried to they said that we've tried numerous Easters with the little boy. And the first one that we wanted to document, he did not do well. And we haven't celebrated Easters with him since. Even though he's there. He said, we with him. But we just didn't do the picture thing. Now there's another little girl in the equation, which he wanted to share the same first time situation with her as well, and still include the son. So somebody let me know. Call me up. 678-235-4338. Now I want somebody to explain that shit, because that right there, I want to understand. It makes it a lot different. Now, because the son, let me look at the picture. Because the son do look like he about 4'5". So, I guess what he's saying is that he pretty much, hold on.
Call from.
What it do, family? Yeah, I'm about to leave in 10 minutes. Hey, what you?
Okay, so
go ahead.
I'm gonna just say this. Look, happy belated Easter.
Thank you, boo.
Okay. And happy 420 to all of y'all.
You already know 420. No, happy 365. Yeah, go ahead.
You stupid. Okay, so I'm gonna just say this, and I get, where Roddy coming from. I get where she's coming from, and I get where the cousin is coming from. I think just to squash everything, they should have an adult conversation.
Mm-hmm.
The first thing they should have said was, "Hey, okay, my lifestyle is different. You know what I'm saying? And I have a lot of people that watch me. How do you feel about, because we do have issues with trying to get him in, take pictures, do this. If I don't post him, what would be your reaction and how would you feel about it? You know what I'm saying? First, let's talk about that, because that's the real thing. Like, if they would have had a conversation about, okay, how would you feel about this?
Mm-hmm.
Give me your real reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we probably would have eliminated a lot of back and forth with them, because at the end of the day, he's still a child. I get what she's saying, but then also I get where he's trying to shelter and cover and protect his son. He's in a different category, in a different tax bracket than a lot of people, and it comes with a lot of drama. It comes with a lot of hateful people. We know how the media do. So they need to have an adult conversation about this. And also, too, I feel like, of course, another child comes into play. It was okay the couple of years he didn't post because another child wasn't in place. But see, now your jealousy, your ego is battling. You're battling with, your child not being posted doing this. But at the end of the day, baby, if y'all didn't do that, and it's not what it is, y'all should have kept it there, and y'all should have had an adult conversation about it. Hey, let's squash all this stuff off the internet. I will post my son, but just know what's going to come behind it. And I'm not going to be able to, because what you're going to do is when the son get posted, guess what she's going to do? She's going straight in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to be arguing back and forth with these people all day, every day.
Yep.
You're going to be feeling some type of way. And the first thing you're going to say, why you post my son? So it's either I'm going to post him or I can't. Now it's like, pick and choose where you want to stand in a co-parenting situation. Because obviously y'all can't get together. Y'all had to put the white people in y'all business anyways, because y'all got court orders to have this child. Obviously, y'all can't have a conversation. I feel like y'all need to sit down as two adults. Hey, I get where you was coming from, but I don't want you to feel like I'm isolated or neglecting my child because I'm not posting him. I just want to let you know I'm trying to shelter from everything that's going on. I don't want you to be stressed out about what people saying about your child or with our child, and I don't want you to be in the comments because we're bigger and we better than the people who are doing the negativity. You know what I'm saying? I think that's all they need to do, and just shut the hell up, and all the family members just shut up. Everybody just needs to get to the point for next year. Let's figure it out. What can we do to squash all this? Because next year always going to be another occasion, Christmas time come up, or whatever the case may be. Get your jealousy out. I understand you got a new child involved, but y'all need to figure it out at the end of the day. Period.
Facts.
All right. That's all I got.
No, that's a good point. Thank you so much, Pooh.
All right. See you later.
I think that communication is key. I was noticing something, Keambre, just to verify, the son was even at this photo shoot. I just want to put that up. I want to just say that because I seen some of the comments that was on there. Here's the thing. He had a photo shoot with his son. I guess he tried to have an Easter shoot with his son on the first Sunday. On the first Easter. It looks like what the cousin was saying is that we have tried Easter on numerous accounts. And I guess because the little boy looks to be 3 or 4, I guess they're saying, look, this is the 4th Easter where we didn't try to take some pictures and it didn't happen. When I was showing this is the shoot right here. The little boy is with him at the shoot. They were trying to get him in the shoot, but he was overstimulated. And that's what she said in her post. She said, yes, there was pictures taken with my son. But because he wasn't standing there posing like a robot, and instead he was being himself, they didn't get any good pictures. So it's not saying that he hadn't been trying. The fact of the matter is he didn't post any of those pictures because apparently they didn't come out good. So I just wanted to clarify that so we can all be on the same page of that. So I guess that he did initially try to have a first Easter shoot with his son. I guess that's when they found out he was autistic, didn't go really well. And I guess from that he just doesn't do good in crowds. So that's where it was at, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So yeah, man, this right here, boy, is one of those situations that I really wanted to have a conversation. I was hoping that I was going to get some men calling in, you know what I mean, to get a male's perspective too as well. But I do understand both. I can definitely understand how the baby mama, you know what I'm saying, regardless of how hard she'd try to put on, her feelings could probably easily been hurt. I also can see how Roddy could have came across as making it seem like he was more embarrassed about his son than protecting his son. Like I could see where him probably protecting and trying to shelter his autism probably made it look like to the baby mama that he was more embarrassed to the son. So what I really kind of think, really, to be honest, I think when they go back to court or when they go to court or whoever is their middleman, I really think they just need to do a better job as communicating and basically stating what's going to get posted or not. Because like, honestly speaking, it don't look like Roddy never posted his son. It don't look like he never posted his daughter. And it looked like this was the first time he did. Now, yeah, that's what I want to know. But look, y'all, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. I want to know. Y'all drop it down in the comments. I got an appointment that I got to run to, so I'm finna get ready to leave out of here right now. That's why I came on earlier today. This was actually a great discussion, and let's continue it. You know what I'm saying? This video will be up, so just drop me something in the comment section. Help these young parents, y'all, old schools, people that's older and stuff. If y'all been through this situation, drop down something in the comments of what the fuck you feel like need to be done so these folks can help. It takes the village, and we all got to take care of these babies, man. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to know what you feel. You did? Look, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, man, and we're going to be back. We got to do reactions. Detroit, I'll see y'all in about 4 days. We're going to turn up. Yeah, it is. I'm ready. That's why I'm detoxing the stuff right now just so I can just get drunk. Yeah, it is. I'm going to get drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, if you have a ticket and you're not going to be able to make it, just please put your name down in that post that we have on YouTube so we know to get your name so we can go ahead and cancel your ticket so the ticket can show up for somebody else. That's all I got. Hey, man, I love y'all. I'm going to see y'all a little bit later, man. And y'all make sure, y'all be safe out there if you're at work. You only got a little bit left. We'll be off in a minute. I love all of y'all, and I'm going to see y'all later. I'm going to see y'all.